Welcome back to Redirecting. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the need to rescue others from situations that they've gotten themselves into, or problems or issues. This message came about as I was walking about earlier today, and I heard these words enter into my mind: taken out in the rescue. And so I don't know who this message is for, but I pray that it reaches those that need to hear this and take heed. Many of us have found ourselves in situations where we know someone, whether it's a loved one, a friend. It doesn't even have to be someone that you know, but you feel the need to rescue someone from a situation that they've gotten themselves into, or a situation that they found themselves in. Not necessarily that they created the circumstances to which they're in those situations, but a number of different things or factors can come into play when a person finds themselves in an awkward situation, a dangerous situation, a volatile situation, and are in need of rescue. And so again, I hope that this message will reach whomever it is for. Now listen to this. Many of us, we know of people who find themselves in situations and we want to come to their aid. We want to do something about it. We want to pull them out of the situation. And so therefore, we either jump right in or we analyze to see how we can bring about help to that person or those people or those individuals. Now, if I can just take a situation where a young woman is involved in a relationship as my example, and hopefully this can be applied elsewhere as well. But think about situations where a young woman, she finds herself in love, or what she believes to be in love. She hasn't analyzed the person or fully discerned their intentions at all, because sometimes loneliness can drive us to do things that we wouldn't normally do, or make choices that we wouldn't normally make. So a young woman finds herself in the situation where she wants love and she wants to feel the embrace of a man, or she wants to be pleasured. And so she's not thinking clearly. She enters into a situation that she is fully unaware of as being a dangerous situation. And because of this desire that is within her, even after realizing that the situation is a dangerous situation, she doesn't exit the building, or she doesn't leave the relationship. She continues with hopes of things getting better, or possibly changing this other individual. And so she begins to explain away things, or hide things, or make up things, or rewrite the script, take the blame, whatever it means she has to do to stay in that situation, even though she's discovered that it is not a good situation, or that it's violent or unsafe. And so what this young woman does is she tricks her own mind. And because she has tricked her own mind, she feels the need to trick others as well. Be it her mother or father, a sibling, a best friend, a co-worker. She tricks them into thinking that everything is all right because this is the narrative that she has painted for them. In painting this narrative, many fall for it and think nothing more of it. While you may have others who have these slight doubts, but not enough to move on those things. But then there finally comes a situation or circumstance where it has become obvious that the situation the young woman is involved in is not a good situation. And so she may confide in you, whether you're a friend or a family member or co-worker, and you feel the need to swoop in for the rescue. Or you feel the need to analyze the situation before the rescue. Whatever the case may be, we are living in a day and time to where we have to consider the fact that you may be taken out in the rescue. What do I mean by that? Many of us have heard situations where a person finds themselves in a situation, and because they are not ready to exit the building, they stay in it until it gets to a point where they cannot be saved, so to speak, because they have a lot invested in it. Their heart is invested in this situation. And because their heart is invested, they are not willing to leave. But what they do at that striking moment where that person they have trusted crosses over the line and takes things too far, it is at that point that they seek help. And the person that they are seeking help from feels the need to intervene. But how can you get taken out in the rescue? You can very easily get taken out in the rescue if that person whose heart is invested in this situation, and that person to the point where they can be easily manipulated or tricked. While you're going in for the rescue, this person can turn on you, who are trying to rescue them from the situation that you have involved them in, because their heart was so invested in that situation to where they now see you as the enemy for trying to deliver you from that situation. Whereas they are the ones who pulled you into it in the first place. They don't want to hear your words of advice. They don't want to hear your scolding of the person that they are invested in. They don't want to hear your solutions. As a matter of fact, they regret saying anything to you. But that is the soft end of what I'm talking about. There are those who have gotten into these situations who involve others who physically become taken out in the rescue. And how do they become taken out in the rescue? When they begin to defend their lover, you now have 2 against 1. You were there to rescue. They reject your help because your rescuing meant that you had to lay your hands on the one that they are invested in. And when you begin to do that, they turn against you with force. The person that you were rescuing them from turns against you with force. And you have 2 against 1. There have been situations where the rescuer became the victim because the victim didn't want to be rescued. Now, a relationship was the easiest thing that I could use to expound upon what I'm talking about. But there are other situations as well that this can apply to that have nothing to do with relationships. It can apply to a young person who gets themselves into financial trouble, and they go to their parents or a friend or another family member for help. You swoop in to help them, not realizing that you've involved yourself in something that you should have stayed clear of. Be it a drug deal, be it another situation with questionable circumstances. But so many different narratives can be placed into this picture of trying to rescue someone and becoming the victim. This is why discernment is very, very important. Because you, as the rescuer, can be taken down or taken out in the process. If the victim is not ready to be rescued, even though they sought after your help, you, the rescuer, can be taken out. I don't know who this message is for, but that is what came into my spirit earlier today. Many of us have found ourselves in similar situations to where we went in to try to help or rescue someone from a situation or a circumstance. And that person that you have tried to rescue turns on you and make you the victim. Okay, family, with that, I will say shalom. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.